Well, the show is back, and so am I! Yeah! And this was a great set of episodes to open the season. Yes, set of episodes, not a two-parter, just two back-to-back episodes to kick things off. And actually, I really kinda liked it. It was just a nice, easy way to get back into things. And shows we don't need a big, grand, sweeping adventure to start things off with, we just need ponies being ponies. Well, of course, it helps that one of those ponies is Celestia, and she actually gets to have character development now! And more than one line of dialogue, and she might actually be tied to the principal Celestia now. And the return of the Twilight Freakouts. It's been too long since we've had one of those. It was also good to see that the teaching apple doesn't fall far from the tree, as Celestia had some freakouts when she was trying to send Twilight away. That was just beautiful to watch. Also, I find it surprising that it's never come up before that she is an expression. But it was fun to see her reaction to that. You know, I had a feeling going into this episode they were gonna pull a bait and switch with the whole sending Starlight away thing. I was a little worried they might actually do it because of some of the complaints people have had with her, but I'm glad they didn't. And I love it all came about because of Discord, because, yeah, it feels about right. He really is the cue to Twilight's Picard. Although Picard had the strength of character to not freak out at everything Q would say, but hey, isn't that why we love Twilight in the first place? And it was fun to see into her mind and all the fantasy situations she dreamed up for Starlight. Especially with all the ways they could go wrong, because Twilight is and always will be a warrior. I especially loved how she thinks that Ember and Starlight are gonna be dude bros together. Is it sad? I do kinda want to see more of that. But in any case, it was a nice way to work Ember in there. And that party actually had a lot of other fun cameos if you take a look in the background. Although I'm concerned about the CMC talking with Barry Punch. Apparently they want to make an equestrian version of the Mick. But overall, this episode was a fun return to the classic freak-out Twilight. And bonus for us getting to see Celestia some more relaxed, more personality. I love the moment of her laughing. It was a really nice, genuine moment we don't get to see often from her. And her own freakout at having to send Twilight away. Of course, part of me thinks that's because of what happened with Sunset. It'd be really nice if they would address that. I mean, the Luna thing was good and poignant and definitely helped, but Sunset exists! At least name drop her once. That is all I'm asking. Well, I mean, maybe that could still happen in the season. Oh yeah. I also love Spike's reaction that he can't see what Celestia is thinking. I love meta jokes like that. So those were my thoughts on Celestial Advice. Now, let's get to the episode I really had a lot of fun with, all bottled up. If you don't like Starlight, you're not going to like this episode. But I do like Starlight, so I really enjoy this episode. Especially since it's a Starlight and Trixie episode, and these two together are just great. Also, the title surprised me with how it actually was implemented into the episode. I mean, given that it was called All Bottled Up, I assumed that since Starlight and Trixie were going to be in the castle and the other 6 were going to be in that escape room, it was going to be a bottle episode. Which honestly, that itself would have been a great take on the bottle episode concept by switching between 2 groups in 1 room. But nope, instead it's about Starlight bottling her rage towards Trixie and her flippant attitude about screwing things up. Which naturally led to something bad, as Spike pointed out it would. I mean, bottling up your feelings is never good, especially when you can literally bottle up your feelings. And I think this episode showed a great example of why that's bad, and why you need to communicate with your friends, even if it's something that may upset them. Because let's face it, Trixie was being kind of a jerk in this episode, but I don't think she was intending to be. She was just a bit too relaxed and carefree about the situation. I think one of the nicest touches was Starlight's mane getting more and more deflated as she bottled up more and more of her anger. Because it's a great visual representation of how just bottling up your emotions can just drain you. And eventually it will lead to an explosion like what we saw at the end, although generally not possessing other ponies. It was a great return of Bulk Biceps, though, and his other job, apparently. For some reason I love he's just getting more and more screen time. Speaking of love, how about Trixie dropping that L word? I mean, I get it. I know what they were going for, but come on. That is so gonna sail this ship even harder. And it was a really nice, touching moment between these two and showed that their friendship is getting strong enough to weather their own personality quirks. Which really is what friendship is all about. That and singing, apparently. I do love the main six lost the Griffin time by 2 seconds because of the song. Again, I just love the meta jokes. I also hope that since she actually said it, Starlight has learned you can't solve all your problems with magic. So I'm interested to see where she's going from here. And again, while I don't need her in every single episode, these two were a great way to start out. She was a presence in one and the focus of the other. Keep it up with that. And come back again next week when I get to share more of my pony thoughts.